doing?
It's going all right, Vic. Thanks.
You're not. That's not full of the Christmas cheer. Look, we've given you a glass of something mulled. I've got a stupid hat on. There's tinsel in the studio.
No, I'm just yeah.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
We're a week early, I know, but make the effort. I know you have made the effort because you recorded for us a very special Christmas song. Mm-hmm. Now, you've just been saying while we were listening to Holly there that it's a really badly recorded version of a great tune. I don't believe that. I've not heard it yet.
Well,
but
it's contentious whether it's a great tune. That's the most important thing.
Right.
It's definitely a famous Christmas song, but
okay,
it's not particularly loved, I don't think, by...
It's not loved. I can't wait to hear it, and we're going to play that later in the programme. Mm-hmm. But two of your new songs right now, first one of which is the current single, If It Takes You Home. Let's go for it.
Yeah.
You could break me by the bones, till you break me inside. You could drag me from my home, lay me down by the riverside where there was light in your eyes. Now we read by the night that nothing's moved, even the night what's true. You might have all the facts, but the truth is true. No matter how you act, if it takes you home, and if it takes you home, but if it tries to take you home, and if it takes you home. You could take me on my own till you break me inside. Once we divided by walls, is now divided by night. In my sleeping bag, the metaphor of darkness into light. And it's all up to you, even denying what's true. You might have all the facts, but the truth is true. No matter how you act, if it takes you home, and if it takes you home, but if it tries to take you home, and if it takes you home.
iDLEWiLD in session for BBC Radio Scotland, If It Takes You Home. And tell us a bit about that song, because that's a new single. But Roddy, what's it about?
It's not really about much. It's about going camping, I think.
Is it?
Yeah, I suppose so, yeah.
Punk song about, kind of up-tempo rock song about camping.
Yeah. Well, there's not enough of them.
There certainly isn't. There certainly is not enough camping. And do you know what? I'm going to dedicate that to a fellow who's just emailed me, listening online in the north of England, but Scottish. First-time listener, pal, Gavin. So let's say Happy Christmas to Gavin.
Merry Christmas, Gavin.
There you go. iDLEWiLD live on Radio Scotland. So it's been a bit of a full-on year for you, especially, Roddy, because not only have you recorded new iDLEWiLD tracks, which we'll come to in a second, but you've been doing your solo stuff as well.
Yeah, well, I mean, we took a bit of time off, and in that time off, at the start of the year, Rod and I and John McCusker, the folk musician, got a group of songs together and recorded them. And we didn't have much sort of aspiration for it. It just really developed naturally, and it turned into a really nice thing. And we played some shows, but it still feels it went at a really different pace. And with iDLEWiLD, it always seems to be quite structured and quite fast. Although now it's much different. Now we've sort of changed labels and we're kind of in charge again. But yeah, no, it's been interesting and I suppose busy, but I've never felt busy, which is a really nice way to be.
And would it be the sort of project that's going to see a future? Are you going to do another solo record?
Who knows? I mean, because the way it was very off the cuff, the way it was planned and sort of executed, I suppose, and I think that would be the way I'd want to keep it. So, I would imagine we'll do some songs with John McCusker, or I'll do some songs with John McCusker.
No, that's fine, we get it, yeah.
John McCusker. Yeah. But, I've lost my train of thought. I will do something.
Enough of that mulled wine, son.
Yeah. I've only had one sip, actually. I think
well, maybe that's enough. But tell us, you just mentioned the label. What's happened in the iDLEWiLD camp? Because I know that you've changed labels. That means as you're saying, you're more in charge. What's happening? What's the next record? What label's it coming out on? Alan?
It's coming out Sanctuary. Well, it's a sequel, which is an old label, I think, of Sanctuary that they're sort of resurrecting. So they're trying to get some more bands on that, and we're coming out on that sequel, Sanctuary.
Okay, and that's what the download and the 7 inches, I suppose, come out through as well. That's from the same sessions.
The same thing, and then there's the first proper singles coming out February 19th, I think.
Okay. So then that's, I have it written down, in fact, No Emotion. I've not heard it, but have you got copies of the album?
I don't have one, no.
But you can get me one soon.
I can burn one for you.
Yeah, okay, do that. That'd probably be illegal, and sequel will come up to get you. But so change your label, and you're quite happy. Everything's rolling onwards. You've just done some sort of club shows as well. And Gareth, you've just kind of entered the fray. Tell us a bit about the club shows. How was it like joining iDLEWiLD and going out and doing these gigs?
Oh, fantastic! It's a dream come true, really. You know, it's awesome. This club shows were brilliant. You know, it's very small but very intense and really kind of excitable audiences that it's maybe something I've never experienced before. So it was kind of good to do the smaller shows.
Sure.
First and get a few of those under my belt before the big tour.
It must have been doubly intense for you as well, learning all these songs. I suppose there'd been a fair amount of new ones, but lots of old ones which these guys know in their sleep, and you're kind of was there any pressure in that kind of department?
Well, only in that I didn't want to make them play them songs over and over again just for my benefit in the rehearsal room, because I guess they've played them so many hundreds of times in their lives before. So I just worked really hard on my own in my room.
Okay.
I'm the one who makes mistakes the most anyway, you know.
Right, okay. Yeah. I see. So you were kind on the new boy then?
Wow.
You didn't have to be. Well, I'll tell you what, we're in the Christmas spirit here. Well, kind of trying to get into the Christmas. Guess what I have, boys? Hey?
I don't.
I've got a bag of presents. Hear that rustling of... I've got presents, and guess what? We made you all the same. Oh, before I drop them on the floor. This one for you, Alan. If you could pass that round the table.
Can I keep this for Christmas Day?
You can keep it for Christmas Day if you want, but that kind of ruins the radio magic, Ronnie. And here's another one there.
Thank you.
Maybe we should give you 2 for the other boys as well?
No.
I don't bother that. No.
Well, we'll see what happens. There's more in the bag there anyway. And I'm wearing a comedy hat, which Roddy... Well, it's not necessarily
Santa hat. It's not. I like it. I was just sort of.
You were rude about it. The first thing you said was, "Hi Vic, what's with the hat?" It's a Christmas show. You know, I'm trying my best. Okay, iDLEWiLD, bah humbug. Open those presents and say thank you. Only joking. Right, let's have another. While you're doing that, let's have another.
Oh, thank you, Vic.
Socks and some chocolate.
See, well behaved after all.
Oh, wow. That's lovely.
A proper. You know.
Is that German chocolate?
Swiss, I think.
Oh, Switzerland.
Wow,
nice.
That's good stuff.
You see, I think I've got some for the boys as well, and of course the perennial Christmas favourite.
Oh, they're nice.
A pair of socks each. So a chocolate Santa and a pair of socks each, and Roslyn, my producers, come in to take a photo as well. Isn't this lovely? Oh. Right, let's have a new tune, another one of your session tracks, and maybe you can just have a quick chat about this afterwards. This is iDLEWiLD in session for Radio Scotland. Everything as it moves.
Every time I curse the moon, I curse the
iDLEWiLD in session for BBC Radio Scotland and Everything As It Moves. Tell us a bit about that one, not about camping, I hope, this time as well.
I've got chocolate in my mouth.
Okay.
That's Alan.
Alan, do you know anything about the lyrics or the sort of makeup of the song?
Don't ask me about lyrics.
Okay. Well, tell us a bit about how the album came together and so on, because it is, from all reports, it's a rock record again, whereas beforehand, you were always rock, but you kind of went into gentler and slightly folkier areas, shall we say.
Acoustic territory.
Yeah.
Well, this one, after we left the label and Roddy and everyone went off to do some different things, and we came back after about 5 or 6 months and just started writing in our rehearsal space with no label, so it was kind of in our own time and there was no pressure from label or anything like that, so we just put some ideas down, and then Gareth came in and was just all of us in a room just playing live, and the songs just kind of worked themselves out quite naturally. And
there wasn't a conscious effort to be more sort of heavy and noisy guitars again?
We knew we wanted to make more of a rock record because, you know, the last one, well, I mean, personally I wanted to make more of a rock record, and I think everyone just wanted to get together and write some songs, and that's kind of what was felt best at the time. Mm-hmm. And we basically wrote most of this album before we even had a deal, so it was all, you know, we just decided ourselves what, you know, the songs were going to be, and we didn't have any pressure off like A&R people or anything like that saying, well, you know, I'm not too sure about that. So when we gave it to the label and they really liked it, and they just allowed us.
Well, there's more of an instinct to the record as a whole, really. Mm-hmm. I think that was the way we approached it. Instead of like fussing and fretting over things, we just kind of got on with it, and having no one to tell us whether they liked it or not was actually a really good thing. And yeah, I mean, it really feels like the kind of record the way we used to make records when we started the band, but with the added sort of advantage of sort of 10 years of wisdom from being involved in the music industry and playing gigs, etc. You know.
And how about the lyrics? Apart from the camping song, are they? Is there a lyrical theme running through?
Everything.
Yeah, well, I suppose it's very, very loosely. If My Secret Is My Silence was about sort of living in the country, then this is about living in the city and modern language and cityscapes and the way that the city affects the person and the person affects the city, and just various things like that, I suppose. It's quite a cold-sounding record. It's not necessarily the happiest thing you've ever heard, but I think at the core of it, it's a sort of melodic pop record, really.
Right, okay. And are you all living in Scotland now? And
we are,
in Glasgow and Edinburgh?
Yeah, Rod and Colin are still in Edinburgh, but 3 of us live in Glasgow.
Right, okay, let's get back to some... We talked quite seriously about your new record, and I'm looking forward to hearing it in its entirety. And we should also say that people who are listening, you've got some live gigs coming up. I mean, you've got a few in March, but immediately in sort of January time...
We're playing Celtic Connections at the ABC, which is a brilliant venue. It's the first time we've played there.
Sold out.
Yeah, in Glasgow. I think there's still some tickets for it. Is it? Oh, is it maybe not?
Anymore.
Oh, it's
well, you can try. You can try to.
Oh, and then we're playing Aberdeen and Perth in March, and I think there'll be a couple of bigger Glasgow shows towards the end of the year, I'd imagine.
Right, okay. So iDLEWiLD.co.uk is the best place to go, I suppose. Yeah. And, you can only ask Santa for the potential to maybe get a couple of iDLEWiLD tickets in your old stocking there.
You never know.
You never know. You never know. Talking of Santa and Christmas and all things, what happens in your household at Christmas? What are you doing, Roddy?
I'm going to see my mum and dad this year. Mm-hmm. There's a bunch of us going, so yeah.
That's
near Dundee.
Yeah.
So that'll be fun.
Yeah, that'll be excellent fun. That's what I do every year. Go back to see my mum.
The only problem is there's not enough lot of space in my house, and there's a lot of people staying. So it's always...
and you're married now, of course, as well.
Yeah.
So
and some sister's going to be there. It's a big family occasion.
Oh, that'll be fun though.
Yeah. Hopefully, I'll find somewhere to sleep.
Yeah. maybe you won't need it.
No, I won't.
Gareth, how about you?
I'm going back home to Hebrides. Hopefully the power will stay on this year. Won't get snowed down and yeah.
Really? Does it get that? I suppose it will get that bad sometimes.
Yeah, one Christmas from 24th to 26th there was no power at all in the house, so it was just candlelight and games.
Where are we talking in the Hebrides here?
In Lewis.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Candlelight and games.
That's what it is.
It's like a Calvinist Christmas, isn't it?
and you, Alan, where are you headed?
Well, I'm going to the wonderful surroundings of Farnborough to spend Christmas, which will be fun.
Oh, so it'll be sort of lukewarm in a way. It'll be quite warm down there, I'd imagine, isn't it?
Yeah.
Surfing, Christmas Day, that kind of thing?
No.
Well, you can just got to throw these ideas in the air, see where they land.
Yeah, that should be lovely.
Okay.
Mum and Dad.
Any tips on the old Christmas shopping as well? Because it's a nightmare. We discussed it slightly earlier on.
I kind of get the fear when I do it. If I do it, leave it too late. Like today, for example, I went shopping for a wee while and had to leave the shop.
Yeah.
Because I just couldn't deal with it.
Online?
Which I'm not proud of. I think as an adult, I should be able to deal with buying like whatever I'm buying, but So what I've decided to do is I buy stuff throughout the year.
That's just too organised.
Like if I see a book or like a CD or a record or a piece of clothing or something that I know someone of my friends or family will like, I'll pick it up.
Well, that's a good idea. Just in general, if you see something that you like for a person that you love, why not just grab it there and then? And then use Christmas as the excuse to give.
Yep.
Not that you should need that excuse.
Not at all.
iDLEWiLD, will you come back and speak to me and play your Christmas tune later in the programme?
Yes.
Yes, excellent. Thank you very much. Well, the two new tracks sounding brilliant. Thanks for going into the studio. Hello, welcome back, by the way.
Hi.
Right, let me pull one. Oh, they're just pulling them together, aren't they? Look at that. I mean, that's just... and it's so competitive, you can tell. So they got one each. Can I put... Actually, I've got one here. I can pull one with both of you. Okay, right, come on. Oh, no, tell me what's in those ones first.
Right, you really want the jokes as well?
Yeah, of course. Okay. Of course. All right, I'm going to keep one back for Santa.
I've got a mystery calculator, whatever that is.
And I've got, why did the pilot land his plane on a house?
I don't know. Why did he land his plane in the house?
Because the landing lights were on.
Oh, right. Okay, the landing lights were on. Okay, didn't really get that one. Why did the pilot land his... Oh, say it again, sorry. We want to hear it again. It was so good.
Why did the pilot land his plane on a house?
Why?
Because the landing lights were on.
Oh, right, okay, right. The landing lights, get it there? That's,
clarity.
No,
sorry, I had the wrong microphone faded up as well. That's clever. Have you got a joke there, Alan?
Yeah, it's which hand should you use to stir your tea?
I don't know.
It says neither. You should use a spoon.
Oh, really? That's rubbish. Is that a joke? Here we go. There you go. Oh, fantastic. I won this time. Yeah. Right, on with the... Come on, silly hats all round. I'm not the only one.
Okay.
I've got some cardboard dominoes in here. Look absolutely useless. Yep. This is radio magic, isn't it? You can hear the rustle of paper hats. We're telling you how terrible our cracker jokes are. All right, have we got a joke in here as well? Well, these are the cheapest crackers known to man. Where do geologists go for entertainment? This one's for you guys.
Rock show, maybe?
Yes! You got it! To a rock concert. Brilliant. Okay, well, that's the chocolate Santas and the socks all round. We've pulled some crackers. What's happening over the next few days for you guys? You busy at all?
Yeah, I've got some stuff on with other band.
Yeah, tell us about your other band, Alan.
Oh, okay then.
DeSalvo.
Yeah, we're playing on New Year's Eve.
Okay.
In the Barfly, and we got a single coming out on Rock Action Records.
Oh, brilliant.
Which is a part of a singles club they've just started, kind of like, the old Sub Pop singles club and stuff. And we're kind of the first release for that. So
great. Oh, that's good news.
Fun. So we've just got a few gigs just because everyone's around. So
okay, if people want to know more about DeSalvo, where do they go?
MySpace / DeSalvo Land.
DeSalvo Land. Okay. Yep. And Gareth, how about you? Are you just solely an iDLEWiLD man these days, or have you got other projects on the go?
No, I play with my friend Jenny. We've got a band called Strike the Colours as well, and we're going to be... We've done a song for the poetry record, I believe it's coming out on Chemical Underground in the new year. Absolutely, Ballad of the Books,
That's which right. is something that iDLEWiLD are very much involved with. Yeah. I think this is one of I think it was Roddy got Edwin Morgan, the poet, involved in...
Yeah, I think it was kind of Roddy's initial kind of idea, and then just got lots of people involved, and it kind of spread from there, and the album's going to come out, and there's going to be a gig, I think.
Yeah, it should be in the Royal Concert Hall in January, the end of January. It should be
end of
30th, I think it is.
Okay, and it's called Ballad of the Books. Yeah. It's going to appear on Chemical Underground Records. And it's got all sorts. You've got Sons and Daughters, Arab Strap, King Creator, Foxface,
Teenage Fan Club are on it.
Teenage Fan Club, James Yorkston, all kinds of people on there. iDLEWiLD, obviously.
Yeah.
So that's all coming out in the new year, and there are gigs to back it up as well. Well, look, have a brilliant Christmas. Now, when we ask a band to come in and do a Christmas show, we always ask them to do a Christmas song. If it's a Halloween show, we ask them to do a Halloween song. And you've done a Christmas song, thankfully.
Yes, we have.
And now I promise you, I haven't heard this. It's queued up and ready to go. So tell me a little bit about the decision that came, because I can see faces are going red, listeners. They're not altogether too pleased with this, I don't think.
Who are we going to blame?
Who are you going to blame?
I'm going to blame Roddy.
Yeah. Okay, he's gone shopping.
He's not here.
He's not here, right, he's gone. So
he was singing it quite a lot, and he seems to know a lot of words for it, which is quite worrying.
Yeah, he didn't have to look up the words on the net or anything.
Yeah,
he knew them all.
And we tried out a few. We first tried out, I think, Wham! Mm-hmm. And then we tried out Krista Burr.
Oh, I'm so glad it's not Krista Burr. So you tried Wham! Krista Burr and you came up with this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, Merry Christmas and
Merry Christmas. Enjoy
thanks,
it, yeah.
thanks to iDLEWiLD for this Christmas classic.
Carolers sing, the old has passed, there's a new beginning. Dreams of Santa, dreams of snow, fingers are numb and my face is aglow. Christmas time, mistletoe and wine, children sing and Christian rhyme. Love's on fire, gifts on trees, it's time to rejoice in the good that we see. Christmas time, mistletoe and wine, children sing and Christian rhyme. Love's on fire, gifts on trees, time to rejoice in the good that we see. It's a time for living, a time for believing, a time for trusting and not receiving. Christmas is love, Christmas is peace. A time for hating and fighting to cease. Christmas time, mistletoe and wine, children sing Christian rhyme. Love's on fire, gifts on trees. A time to rejoice in the good that we see. Christmas time, mistletoe and wine, children sing Christian rhyme. Love's on fire, gifts on the trees. It's time to rejoice in the good that we see.
That is brilliant. I'm sorry. A round of applause. Yes. Excellent stuff. There was even some sleigh bells in the end there as well. Perfect. And of course, it was iDLEWiLD. I'm going to say that iDLEWiLD covering Cliff Richard. It's official. I had no idea what you were going to play. That was brilliant as well.
Didn't expect that, though.
I did not expect that. No, it was superb. Absolutely superb. I was trying to think initially maybe kind of like a Thin Lizzy sound to it, but I'm thinking more big country in there as well. Actually, it just came alive. Huge power rock version of Mistletoe.
If Cliff Richard was dead, he'd be spinning in his grave.
Yeah, and apparently my producer, Rosalind, was going to try and get Cliff on the phone this evening to react to it, but but apparently he's away personal Christmas shopping. He probably just sits in a palace somewhere and sends someone off. But there you go. Alan and Gareth, thank you very much, and thanks to Roddy as well for coming in earlier. And have a very, very Merry Christmas.
And yourself.
Did you enjoy doing that song? I know you're cringing here, but there's got to be a certain amount of pleasure to be taken in covering a Cliff Richard song.
Yeah,
Quite good fun.
Yeah,
So.